No seven panes, unita, unita. No seven panes, unita, unita. If a boy is in no target, unita. No seven panes. Watch anybody at the shadow, what they me no fear, no evil. Man, I kill people. Rise up with demon and make it think evil. Nowadays, everybody wanna be evil. Me, I go to stay up with dark up with lion. Sending God, every art, general Zion. The boy that just a kill them, boy, the baby lion. You know, see me a faith in this road, the iron. My bandits, put it on me, no say, put it up me from a place I can't walk, okay, after that. No, see me at the switch, but it out. When me walking, man, I never want it, never walking out the fucking dark. Everybody a killer till a killer shoulder. Brand here shooting now, we don't give a fuck. From somewhere dead, no, it's going on. From somewhere dead, no, it's gonna get done. You know what's seven bandits, unita, unita. If a boy dissing, no, it's a get done, unita. You know what's seven bandits, unita, unita. You know what's everybody's watching the body of the shadow. What they've been up here, no evil. A man I kill people. Rise up with demon and make it think evil. Nowadays everybody wanna be evil. Me a couple snake, couple dog, couple lion. Senegal, every heart, and Zion. The boy that just a kill them, boy the baby lion. You know some me a faith in that is just the iron. The car rolling me if it ain't certified. John Doe, I'm gonna freeze the body, so I'm gonna fight. Because they wanna run away, they trap a nigga in the eye. Yeah, I'm telling the truth, and this is no lie. Everybody a breaks, but because never fucking with them. We are crocodile, them boy, they are fucking lizard. Real killer youth and put your body in a fucking freezer. Dropping pan and bird, yeah, that's 2 years later. Yeah, it doesn't fuck up them data. I don't know about the time of death. And I don't know about the crime scene. The crime scene. Yeah, I report the bad. Yeah, I report the dog. Carrying out the heart. Everybody's for the dog. You know it, you should know. I ain't gonna say no name. I ain't gonna say nothing. Time to set a bitch, my gun is bisexual. If you think you set me up, my gun, yo, fuck you. Time to set a bitch, my gun is bisexual. If you think you set me up, my gun, yo, fuck you. Told these bitch my gun, Billy could ride car, you can get fun too. Why? Cause you a female, why? Think we won't smoke you, YG, smoking on you. We gonna have a party for you. Give you a new birthday, bring your family, gonna celebrate you. On up on my money, I'm on up on my money. I can have a looking star when my nigga looking mommy. Fans run up and my nigga, y'all ain't lucky down the back. Home office on my dick, can't cancel no back. And life ain't no play, don't play with your life. Please, life is so long, trust me, we take your life. Niggas always spend dollars, what was a life? All head doing bros, but never in a kid's life. Tell me so a bitch, my gun is bisexual. If you think you set me up, my gun, yo, fuck you. Tell me so a bitch, my gun is bisexual. If you think you set me up, my gun, yo, fuck you. They say money run the world, I think it run the city. We no like shotgun, guess the spinning city. Why wouldn't I go OT gay in my city? Why wouldn't I go OT gay in my city? First let me say, let me free all my swilling niggas. Went on a mission, man, I try to spill a fucking nigga. If the court in my dead, man, I eat an hospital fucking dinner. Let me free all my fucking niggas. Tony bitches better quadrille in vain with a hair show. Have it for me, find you a new way. Tony. I ain't gonna say no name. Oh, so yeah. No, Let's go. All about my money, yeah, I'm all about my money. If a nigga tryna take my money, I turn him into dummy, yeah. All about my money, yeah, I'm all about my money. If a nigga tryna take my money, I turn him into dummy, yeah. feel like a pedo when I'm running with this baby nine. I feel like a cougar with the 4-5 up one. Feel like a pedo when I'm running with this baby nine. Feel like a cougar with the 4-5 up one. Niggas out here wanna start my fucking flow. If you're tryna stop my flow, you're then your blood will flow. You're not the doctors rushing you through the hospital. Now you know you should've never fucking stopped my flow. Money, 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 money come to me. Niggas there watching, but we know that we can see. Money, 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 money come to me. Regard can't stay, niggas wanna fucking be. All about my money, yeah, I'm all about my money. If a nigga tryna take my money, I'm telling me to dummy, yeah. All about my money, yeah, I'm all about my money. If a nigga tryna take my money, I'm telling it to dummy, yeah. Feel like a pedo when I'm running with this baby nine. I feel like a cougar with the 4-5 up one. Feel like a pedo when I'm running with this baby nine. Feel like a cougar with the 4-5 up one. Me, my nigga, aim on the shot down the fucking strip. Use the weed line and shot down the fucking strip. When I'm on the street, they can't make it up the strip. Nowadays, I put the and leave the fucking strip. Money, 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 yeah, you know that she love me. Anything I do, money, money, come to me. Money, 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 yeah, you know that she love me. Anything I do, money, money, yeah, she come to me. All about my money, yeah, I'm all about my money. If a nigga
It's crazy. Back rap crazy. We here, people. We here. So to everyone, smash that like button. Your boy's here, people. Your boy's here. So, DJ Akademiks is been cooking Sneao and Myron. And Sneao and Myron look very, 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 very racist to me. Very racist to me. Very, very, very racist. So let's get into the debate.
That would seem legal, but it's not legal. You're like, he's saying it's my freedom of speech to be using slurs to offend you, piss you off, get you to a point that you could possibly, so I'm gonna provoke you till you could possibly attack me. And if you do it, man, I got this gun on my hip, I'm gonna put your brains on the pavement. And so Sneao hopped on, and his opinion was this, and I guess you could chime in after that.
Yeah.
But this was the brunt of the debate. He said, well, here's the thing. He's like, I don't necessarily agree with what Chud the Builder does. However, I do think that, you know, the black community or any community that allows a word to have like that much power, they should almost nerf the word, just like, you know, repurpose it, or when people use it, just don't take offense. And my point to him was, that's just not, like, if we go back in the history of all etymology, like, that's just not how words are used and repurposed and put into place. If I say certain words to you about whether your religion or your mom or anything that's sacred to you, and also the thing with Chud, when disrespect is intended, even if it wasn't that word, he would have found the word to put the disrespect in. So it's hard to avoid when someone is seeking disrespect. If, you know, I said earlier, and I'll throw it to you after this, I said, if, you know, because I'd seen a small part of, like, you know, I guess you went on a tirade, and you said, well, you know what, if you know, there is a little bit of black fatigue. And I said, well, here's the thing. When I look at like white people, I do think white people are kind of tired of not being able to be themselves, not being able to like be proud of being white. Because historically in the last 10 years or so, it has been where it's like, hey, if you're proud to be white, you're proud to be racist, right? And it's almost been like synonymous. And I do see like the tides changed on that. I don't have a problem necessarily with that. I have a problem when they're trying to combine those movements with a guy who is not, like, if he was walking up to white people, be like, yo, we're fucking white. We're proud. We're Americans. And if that was his thing and he's going viral, I don't think he gets his backlash, is that he makes his movement diametrically opposed to black people, trying to put them down and also trying to assert why he's proud to be who he is. And that's why I thought it was a bad representative of any argument that anyone could have trying to support him. And the Sneako argument happened. What say you?
I got one challenge for you. Try Whisper Flow one time, and I promise you'll understand why I haven't.
Yeah, so I think it's important, right, to kind of understand that, like, a lot of the clips that go viral from Chud, right, those clips went viral because of the altercation. But obviously, nothing gets clipped when he's having conversations with people, when they're chopping it up about stuff more positive. Only the negative stuff goes viral. Me and you both know this, being in this industry, that, you know, the good stuff is never clipped, right? When you say things that are positive, where
I think Shut the Builder expose everyone that have racist thoughts. Everyone that have racist thoughts. Cause Myron forgot that he's blood clot black. No matter what you want to say or what you want to do, he's darker than DJ Akademiks. He's blood clot black. Yeah? No matter what you want to say, oh, I'm not black,
Right.
I'm Arab. Arab is not a cult, it's not a color. And if I hate, oh, I'm Chinese. Chinese is not black. Chinese is not a color. White, cool, that's a color. Black, that's a color. Even, you know, I used to go to school. You have these Indian people, they're darker than us. Oh, I'm not black, I'm Indian. India is a country. Can I say I'm not black, I'm Jamaican? No. No, I can't. You are black. You are black. I'm sorry to say, you are black. I'm not black, I'm Indian. That's a country. That's a country. It can't be a country. Oh, I'm not white, I'm Jew. That's the religion. That's nothing to do, because you in that you have white Jew, you have black Jew, you have I still class Asian as white, the far off white. See, like how black you have different color. You got black, you got light brown, you got brown, and you got light brown. It's the same thing with the white. It's the same blood clot thing with the white. Some of them got different texture hair and different eyes.
you help people out, they never clip that. They only clip
True.
when you're, you know,
That's
crashing out on Meek Mill or saying, oh, you know, fuck you, Rory, or some other shit. So I think that's important, because us as content creators, we understand that we always get clipped, sometimes at the craziest moments that don't necessarily reflect us. Now, with that said, let me be clear about this. I don't agree walking around and antagonizing people. I think that's probably not a good idea. And I actually messaged him about this as well. Now, with that said, when I talk about Chud and I talk about what just went down with this shooting, I'm speaking from the scope that, based on the information that I saw and what people told me that were actually watching the live stream. Did you hear like what was like the narrative? What was been said?
Please. Well, I've heard one narrative, but I want to hear what you've heard.
Yeah. So basically, from people that watch the stream, it goes down like this: he's walking around, and a group of people, presumably with whoever this guy was there, like pointed at him and started laughing. So he walks over, he says, "Hey, you guys like my suit? How's your day? Blah blah blah."
This is outside the courthouse, right? Because that's also
outside the courthouse.
Okay.
It's in this vicinity. Yeah. One of the guys says, "Hey, get out of here," and he says, "Well, I have the right to be wherever I want to be and walk where I want." Right? Okay. He starts walking away. Then he walks about 50 to 100 feet or yards away, whatever it may be, and the dude walks up to him and says, "I got PTSD. You better not say that I'm gonna chip out or call me the N-word, blah blah blah." Right?
Okay.
So he says, "Or what? You're gonna chimp out?" And the fucking guy punches him. Right? He punches him.
And you see, the thing is, everyone's looking over this, yeah? You heard the guy said he's got PTSD. He was I think he was a vet. So he was in the war. He was in the war. And he told you he got PTSD. If you say chimping out or monkey, I'm going to go crazy. And then Truck the Builder said, you're going to chimp out. So ain't that like a trigger word? Because the person told you the trigger word, and you done the trigger word, and you think you're gonna get away with it. It's like me saying, "Ooh, I suffer with a mental problem, but if you say this word, it will trigger me, and then you say this word, and I punch you, we start fighting, you shoot me, you can go to jail for that. Because it's not self-defense. We're having a fucking fisticuffs. Because the CF Chuck the Builder ever beat this case and said he was having a fisticuffs with man. That means as soon as someone punched me, I have the right to shoot them. It doesn't work like that. It does not. Even with female, they don't have the right to shoot.
The camera falls. You hear some tussling for a few seconds, and then you hear shots fired, right? Now, when it comes to those facts and circumstances, right, that is self-defense. People don't have to like Chud. They don't have to agree with the content he makes. They don't have to.
You know, the craziest thing is, if you look at his eyes, he look very, very, very demonic. He look very, very demonic. Very, very, very demonic. Or he needs some sleep. He look very, very demonic.
You know, be a fan or not, but I do think.
I don't think whether he was, probably that's why they kicked him out, because he don't know what the fuck he was doing. Because imagine this is someone that's got a fan base, and he's telling his fan base, so as soon as someone punches you, you can shoot them, you can react with deadly force. You can't.
That with what went down and the facts that we.
I think the only time you can use deadly force in that situation is if there's more than one person rushing you. That's the only time you can use deadly force. I was free from alive. It's a one-on-one fight. Chuck the Builder is not a small person. He's a big blood clot man. Big blood clot man. Yeah, it's not no small person. Yeah, that's it called Chuck the Blood Clot Builder. It looked like he's been hit in the gym. But he's been hit in the gym, but he's not being hit in that punching bag. That's the difference. He's been hit in the gym, but Chuck the Blood Clot Builder ain't hit in that punching bag. That punching bag ain't been hit by Chuck the Builder.
You know, right now, if they are that in that manner, in that order, more than likely he's gonna have a pretty strong self-defense case.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. And it shows the racistness of Byron Baker Sneako. And I don't blame Byron and Sneako. You know who I blame? Their religion. Their religion. Because you even have, they say Byron Blake talk about a word. You say to a Muslim, I think it's kufa or nikah. I think it's kufa or nikah. Yeah? It's a temporary marriage. Say to a Muslim, okay, so remember they said over words. You attacking people over words is very bad. So let me put this in here.
Get offended like that over words, that could put you in jail. That could get you hit with an assault and battery charge, a deadly weapons charge, whatever the it may be. God forbid a manslaughter or murder charge because you can't control yourself. 5 seconds. You couldn't control yourself. Now you spend 50
And this is how.
years. You're getting mad at some dude calling someone else a name on the internet. Like, think about that. Talking about haram.
Haram, that. You see it, right? You see what he said, haram. I've got to do with his religion. Haram means it's not allowed in their religion. Kufar means that I'm a kufar. If you're not a Muslim, you are a kufar. And kufar is lower than an animal. Lower than a pig. Lower than a pig. We are beneath pigs. This is why they talk to people like this and they think they can unalive people. We are animals to them. Animals. This is why he's going this crazy. That's why I say learn.
This or I'm not. You're a guy for that.
Kafir. We are kafir because we are non-believer. We are lower than animals. Why is he going crazy like
all these
kafir?
other bitch ass shit that if they had told me this shit in person, I'll fucking punch them. Call me murtad to my face, I'll fucking knock you out. Extremely disrespectful shit.
Oh.
Bruh.
So I thought it's just a word. The N word is extremely disrespectful. So you're allowed to say that.
Bruh.
And this is why I say the contradiction in their religion. Contradiction in the religion. The Arabic, you may sound like, oh, cool. Oh, it's my kuffar friend. No, don't let no Muslim call you a kuffar. Don't. I'm sorry to say that. Because your kuffar, you are lower than a pig. And the pig is, to them, is the lowest animal. They don't eat pigs. They all have nothing to do with a pig. And we are below a pig.
That they would never fucking say to me in person, ever. Because they know that it would be a warrant to knock them out right then and there.
It's why it's always good, because people, it's when people lie, it always come out the truth, it always set you free.
But the thing that people need to understand, and me and you both know this, we talked about this last time we spoke. Whenever you have a high profile case like this, like where someone that's high profile was involved in an altercation or something happened, a lot of times the state is just going to make an arrest to absolve themselves from responsibility so that they can kind of be like, oh, we're going to pass the buck to grand jury. Like this literally happened to you. So you know what I mean? You were innocent. We all know you were. Bitches are lie all the time. But they still had to try to, oh, let's push it to the grand jury because, you know, we don't want to deal with any type of fallout. So when it comes to the Chud situation, the guy closed the distance on him. And typically, whoever closes the distance is the aggressor. And Tennessee has a stand your ground statute. So once he punched him, it's all, you know, game's on now at this point, right?
So I'm with you on most of this. And you know, so the narrative I heard, it omits the part that he basically just says, what's up? And walks away, then the other guy approaches, right? So in the narrative I heard, he approached the guy. He's trying to have a conversation. The guy warns him. There is no walking away. So it appears that Chud walks up, and the guy warns him, hey, I have PTSD. Chud continues in their rhetoric.
Okay. You know the craziest thing? You're saying words do not hurt. It's just words. Say to a Muslim, yeah, you are a son of Muta. It's allowed in their religion. Say to a Muslim, you are a son of Muta. It's just words. And see how they react. Myron, he's a Muslim. Tell him that he's a son of Muta and see how he reacts. See how he reacts. This is allowed in their religion. It's allowed. It was not. I wouldn't say. It was not. What's the word for it? It was not. What do they call when something is taken out and given a new verse? Can't remember the name for it. But Muta, I had to check the name properly. It's two stated because Muta is still classed as marriage. It's a temporary marriage. Huh? Crazy, temporary marriage. But both parties are come to see how long are they going to do Muta for. Muta could be for an hour, Muta could be for a week, Muta could be for a year. But you have to pay this person.
Back and forth. He then says the chimping out thing. A punch happens. But I'll dismiss what I've heard and go with what you've heard, just to continue the conversation.
DJ Akademiks is very smart. You don't expect this from DJ Akademiks. Okay. Let's see what you heard. Let's see what viewpoint you are going off.
Listen.
Because the people I spoke to watched the stream. Like I asked a couple of people that watched.
So he spoke to. Remember that he spoke to people that watch the stream. That means he ain't personally watched the stream himself. And the craziest thing, that's why racists and racists sit together. He's gonna tell you who told him about this video. People in this chat, racists.
The stream, and that's what they said.
Okay, perfect.
So there's a short conversation. The guy tells him, get out of here. He says, I can walk where I want and be where I want. It's a free country, something along those lines. He walks away. Then the guy closes the distance on him and makes the remarks about, you better not say that N-word around me, or, you know, say that chimping out shit. I got PTSD. And then he...
Okay. Let's stop there, because he jumped over the PTSD thing. he jumped over the PTSD thing. Cool. If someone come up to you and say they got PTSD over the something, they had some trauma that reflects this word. If someone that's been they have trauma when you say bring up that word. Yeah. So he has trauma with the N word, other people saying the N word, probably what he went through or what his family went through. But Chuck the Builder said, "Oh, don't say the N word that you chimp now." And this is what he said.
He says, "Oh, are you going to chimp out?" And that's
So you provoke the person to punch you. So you provoke the person to punch you. Listen again. That's what I say. Just let people talk. When you're in lie, yeah. When you're living in lie, you always expose yourself. Listen.
I close the distance on him. There's a short conversation. There's a short conversation. The guy tells him, "Get out of here." He says, "I can walk where I want and be where I want. It's a free country." Something like that.
Freedom of country. The truck could walk where he wants. You see, privilege start coming in. So if truck could walk where he wants, and this guy could walk where he wants. Freedom, right? Freedom don't stop with one person. Both of them's got freedom. The same right to do whatever they want to do. So Chuck walk along. How do we know that this person wasn't probably walking to the shop and the shop is the same way as Chuck? How do we know?
On those lines, he walks away. Then the guy closes the distance on him and makes the remarks about.
Remember, he just said it's a free country. I have the right to be anywhere I want. Right?
The guy tells him, "Get out of here." He says, "I can walk where I want and be."
Remember that. He can walk where he wants. It's a free country. So it means this guy can walk where he wants. Byron is in the KKK without being in the KKK.
Where I want. It's a free country, something along those lines. He walks away. Then the guy closes the distance on him and makes the remarks about, "You better not say that N-word around me," or, say that chimping out shit. I got PTSD. And then he.
Oh, so you clarified, yeah? Both trigger word that he's got. Both trigger word that he's got. Both trigger words. And you trigger this person. You gotta deal with what happened. Yes, you have a freedom of speech to say what you want, but there's consequence. The government ain't gonna do you shit, but the people in the street will do you shit. There's consequence to everything that we do. Consequence. Yes, there is consequence. A lot of people don't like to deal with the consequence, but there's consequence to things that we do. Because the person warned you. Don't say nigger, yeah? You're a nigger. Or don't say chimping out. He said chimping out. Right.
He says, "Oh, are you going to chimp out?" And that's when he punched him. And then obviously the fight began.
And this is where, okay, so just addressing that. All right. If what you're saying is right, and I have really no reason to believe that it's just like a complete lie. So I'm going to go with it. So that happened. Well, self-defense is not utilizing deadly force, right? Like, I think deadly force, like, is defined by all 50 states, but even federal.
Self-defense, and yeah, I don't think so. I think if there's more than one person attacking you, yes, you could say that. Yeah. And you see why Chuck the Builder self-defense might crash. Chuck the Builder showed that he had a weapon. Yeah. So Chuck the Builder said, "Oh, cool, we was fighting for the weapon." Yeah. How did this person know you had a weapon? So this person know you had a weapon and still attack you. How did this person know I showed the weapon? So you are provoking the thing. That means because you have a weapon, you think you're above the law. You can say what you want and do what you want. You're gonna go back to his tweets.
Federally is like, if someone slaps you, it has to reach. So and this is the important distinction. I think a lot of people who like Chud or maybe supported in theory what he was doing, because he kept saying things like, hey, this is my First Amendment right, free speech. A lot of people didn't correct him in saying that, hey, listen, brother, you better go get a black belt or learn to squabble up, because what happens is if someone spits on you, you can't shoot them. If someone knocks your hat off, you can't execute them.
Sure.
So even if I'm going with what you said, yes, I believe he was defending himself, but when you defend yourself, that's you fighting back. So it wouldn't be an assault charge if he had punched the guy back in the mouth or even beat the shit out of him. But when you grab a gun and then that was, by the way, it's in his intent. He said it multiple times. Hey, I'm leaving a chimp's brain on the pavement. He's not saying that I hope no one threatens my life. He says these altercations where at times people are not even saying, I'm going to kill you. There's nothing that establishes, and you know, you're a former law enforcement agent, so you know better than me. There's nothing.
Okay. You know the craziest thing is, yeah? Come to think of it, Chud the Builder don't really have a self-defense case. I'm going to tell you why. All this time that Chud the Builder has been doing this, because remember, I showed you a video. Let me show you Chud the Builder before Chud the Builder. Yeah? This is Chud the Builder before Chud the Builder. Every time we talk about it, we're going to have to bring up Johnny Young. Yeah? Chud the Builder before Chud the Builder. Before I play this, I'm going to explain to you why I think self-defense ain't going to work. We have never seen Chud the Builder being attacked. Show me a video of Chud the Builder being attacked. Show me. Show me a video of Chud the Builder being attacked. I'll wait.
Bruh.
I'll wait.
Bruh.
Yeah? So, this is before Chud the Builder. I always have to play
Attacks
this.
on unsuspecting women has been captured and transported back to Orange County. Johnny Devin Young is a self-proclaimed
That's Chud the Builder before Chud the Builder.
incel. He posted videos of himself pepper spraying and harassing women on his YouTube channel. The 25-year-old from Anaheim was arrested on a warrant in San Mateo County. Among other things, he has been charged with 4 felony counts of assault with great bodily injury.
Chud the Builder used bait mace, and he had a gun.
Illegal use of tear gas,
Illegal use of tear gas. Okay.
enhancements for the personal use of a deadly weapon, and
Enhancement for use of a deadly weapon. You know why Chuck 1 is worse than his? He was outside a fucking court.
Bruh.
Outside a court.
8 felony hate crime enhancements. He faces a maximum sentence of 13 years in state.
Okay. So let's get back to, because I want to find a video of Chud the Builder being attacked. We don't have none. The only video we seen Chud the Builder being attacked was that white guy that used to act crazy. He stole his hat. That's the only person we've seen did anything to Chud the Builder and that little situation. But yeah, he got spit on. But did we see it? No.
Think that he could, articulate.
That's why he would never get a self
That says, hey, I am in fear of my life. Someone punching you in the mouth is not in fear of your life. He didn't say that. I heard that audio where he was telling the cop. He never said, oh, the guy was trying to grab my gun. He didn't say, hey, I'm about to shoot you with my gun. Basically, trust me, I know you walk around with a gun. I walk around with a gun. There's a lot of Americans that walk around using and establishing their Second Amendment right, the right to bear arms. Whether it's concealed or not, usually everybody's in the know of saying or understanding that it's not the first thing you use towards any type of violent or threatening altercation. If someone says, I'm going to slap you, you can't shoot them and get away with it. If someone like bumps hard into you.
Thank you. You can't. If that's the case, you have no life. If someone does that, yeah, as a rule, you have no life because every single second someone's going to get shot. And that person that did the shooting is going to get away with it. No, it doesn't work like that.
You and you feel that was, you know, like a act of aggression, you can't execute them. So someone punching this guy in the face, I think he had a severe misunderstanding for a while, thinking that if you touch him, he was well within his right to shoot you. And you tell me if you believe that's legal. So I'm saying he's defending himself. I'm saying he's not right to defend himself with a gun.
Fair. So you're trying to make the argument that the proportionality was off, right?
Yes, because usually most laws say there has to be proportional force. Yes, in terms of responding.
Let's switch Chud out. Let's say it's a 5'2" girl. Same exact fact pattern. Can she?
You see the things, yeah? Yeah, say 5 foot, yeah? 2. She's not Chud the Builder. Chud the Builder, with how he's built, yeah? A regular person would be scared of Chud the Builder. This is why anyone that goes to the gym, don't be scared of them. Most of them can't fight. They just use that muscle to scare people away. They use that muscle to scare people away. They can't do shit. Yeah? So, yeah.
Shoot him?
Base 44 Super 8.
Even with that, yeah? She could shoot him, but she had to give a good reason why. Cool. He's a man, he's overpowering me. I never felt like I have nowhere to go. Because, all right, let me show you something. Because there is a video of that.
Agents, careful, there's no going back.
There is a video.
No setup. Just
And it's
say hello.
I'm going to show you. Let me show you. Let me see. See if I can find it. It was Chicago. It was Chicago. Okay. Here. Listen, woman. We just show you the woman.
Shocking caught on camera struggle between an off-duty police officer in Chicago and a man who attacked her. Emily Ikeda has the story. A warning, some of what you're about to see and hear is disturbing.
Let's give you a backstory. The craziest thing is he was getting beaten up. She saved him. She saved him. Yeah, and then he tried robbing her. She saved him. And then he tried robbing her.
Tense moments caught on camera in Chicago as a man identified by police as Levon Smith grabs an off-duty officer from behind. In the scuffle, she warns, "I'll kill you. I'll kill you," before a shot rings out. Even then, the brawl continues. The surveillance footage.
And this is self-defense. For a woman, yes, this is self-defense. Why? The man is much stronger than the female, biologically. Yes?
Released this week by Chicago's Civilian Office of Police Accountability. The video and audio from January's incident were not synced, so NBC News aligned them. The off-duty officer instructs onlookers to call 911 as she continues to yell at Smith,
"You thought I was playing? I told you I'll shoot you,"
who was struck in the hand, abdomen, and hip, according to the police report. He later died in the hospital.
I shot him. You did? Yeah, I'm a police officer, off duty. Yeah. I don't know. He tried to steal my gun.
Smith's estate is now suing the city of Chicago and the officer for $10 million, alleging
It's not going to happen.
the officer used excessive force.
One of the more troubling things about this incident is after Mr. Smith is shot, there's no first aid rendered.
Bruh.
You try to fucking take my gun and kill me. Am I a doctor? I gotta hold and make sure I'm safe.
Officer appears to stand over Mr. Smith and taunt him.
But that could be a difficult legal argument to make.
This case will be even harder because there is video evidence showing Smith wrestling with the officer and continuing apparently to wrestle with her even after she fires shots.
While initially placed on routine administrative duties, the officer's current status with the department is unclear. Now a month since the fatal shooting. Emily Ikeda, NBC News.
That's self-defense. She will never go to jail for it. The community might want her to lose the job. The police thing might give in, but she's not gonna go to jail. Self-defense. It's really brought up the female. No, yeah. But Chuck is not no female. He's Chuck the builder. Chuck the builder. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. You need a skinny person like me to say, yeah, self-defense. Officer, I was scared for my life, officer. Look at me. Look at me. I was scared for my life. Look at me. One punch will break me, officer. Why do you have to stab me 30 times? Officer, I was scared for my life. The 29 stab is the 30 stab that put him down, officer. I thought you were Superman, officer. That's why I had to do it so much time, officer. What? That's self-defense.
After one punch, I would say no. I mean,
even the UK, that is not self-defense. You're going to jail.
I mean, it would be heavily debated, though, with the jury, I can imagine. Heavily debated, right? Like, if it's like, oh, this has been my abuser, there's some history there, I'm really scared, yes. In Chud's case, that's a tough sell. And again, here's my thing. He's been going around citing these, oh, my First Amendment, my Second Amendment, but so you're going to roll the die on people thinking that your frame of mind was that you're scared or you thought your life was in danger when you're online saying for months, I'm going to leave a...
Okay. You know what everyone is failing to understand, yeah? In the courthouse, yeah? No one is allowed to have guns in the courthouse. No one. No one. So if Chuck the builder said he's leaving from court, yeah? 'Cause I know you cannot go into, I don't know, can you go into there and let them hold the gun until you finish? I don't know if you can do that in the UK. Can you do that? If not, where did he get his gun from? Where did he get his gun from? And follow-up question. So, okay, you went and got your gun. So if you never had your weapon on you, would you have done the same thing? If you never had your weapon on you, would you have done the same thing? And if it's a no, then you're looking to hurt someone. Because remember, this happened outside the courthouse. Both of them was in the courthouse. Both of them the same day and whatever they're going through in court. Chuck the Builder was walking out off the tab with the restaurant. I don't know what that guy was going through. Yeah, they try to say, oh, he's missing, he got some weird crazy charge. He don't. He don't. So you're not allowed any weapon in the courthouse. So what? Chuck the Builder hide his gun outside? Because that's the follow-up question. Cool. So if you never had your weapon in the courthouse, you never had no weapon. So would you have done the same thing without a weapon? The answer is no. So technically, you wanted to kill someone because it's the same thing. If you would do the same thing without a weapon and with a weapon, then it's different. Because every time we see Chuck the Builder doing something, he has a weapon. He has a weapon. Let me show you something. Think which one I follow them on? Which one I follow them on? Okay. Okay. These people that get attacked. Okay. Okay, we should. Okay. I get attacked. So this. So by Byron's logic, they could shoot her, get on justified.
Hey.
Remember, they have their own space. She came up to them. And it's why I say stupid logic like that don't work out. Just watch.
That'd be assault.
Yes, it would be assault. It would be assault.
Oh,
That you deserve.
oh, cool. Are you shaking a little bit? All right.
Are you
Are you
with
good?
them?
Yes,
No?
I am. I work for the company. I proudly work for the company.
You proudly.
Yes, yes.
And salute to that company. I support that company fully. I support that company fully. I don't believe no baby should be A. Just say the A word. I don't believe that.
Yes, because I hate abortion. I hate abortion, and I think people who have murdered their children should give that to God and be forgiven so that they don't have to be so.
I used to say, we'll go back to accountability.
Should give that.
No one want to take accountability for what they did. If you don't want to have kids, yeah, wear a condom. I'm sorry to say, even that, but wear a condom. Or don't indulge in that. My life, my choice. You got to answer to someone because it's still an M. No matter what you take, it's still an M. It's their life.
That to God.
You may not want that life, but it's still a life. You see, the thing is, and you see how evil is going to show you something.
And be forgiven.
After this, we're going to go back to the Myron stuff.
You know, and want to assault people.
But this is
When
assault.
like that, I think that happens whenever people.
In Myron's world, this woman should be shot.
People have done a really evil thing, or they advocate for an evil thing.
That's the soul. She went up to his personal space and attacked him.
Can you not?
Please let go. This camera belongs to him. You are thieving.
I don't give a shit.
Calm down. Calm down. It'll be better for you if you calm down. And hey, whoa, you're gonna break it.
Trying to break it.
Yeah.
So in Byron's perfect world, she should be shot. She should have hold. What is that? We're not preaching this. let's put the disclaimer. Just put the disclaimer. We're not preaching no violence or no cyber. We're just speaking this education purpose only. Okay.
If you don't want to act
like I was saying, by Byron's logic, this is how the world should be. She should be shot. No. This is why you have police. Let's see what the police say to her.
Hold on a second.
Because I think she should have been arrested a long time ago. She tried to destroy camera. You know how much that camera is? That camera and the equipment is at least 5,000 to almost 6,000.
I give her a shot. I want to see if she can do it.
Yeah? Assault. By Byron's logic, she should have been wait.
There you go. There are better ways to deal with your sin.
Way better ways to deal with your sin. The truth. The truth is the most hurtful thing, and no one want to hear the truth. You'd rather live in the lie than hear the truth. The truth is the most hurtful thing to hear. It is. At a certain time, we have to kick back ourselves, but yeah, that's true.
There are better ways to deal with the guilt you feel.
See, here the police coming in now.
There are better ways to deal with your sin. I'm gonna take you to jail. Let go of the sign now. Let go of the sign.
No, event rules.
It's a public park. It's a public park.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So by Byron rules, she should have been caught. Let's get back to this.
The chimp's brain on the pavement, and he said it was a season finale. Like all these things, these things are not gonna get tossed.
Okay, remember, Byron is a Muslim. And very, very racist. Very, very, very racist. So, all right. Okay, even this, look.
Scroll. Hit replies. Hey, well, actually, according to Tennessee's stand your ground, you can do this. You have no duty to retreat. Niggas like, I might as well just become a fucking zookeeper at this point, bro. Bro, I'm about to take my talents to the Bronx. Deadass about to put an application, bro. Hey, I'm on stream. Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Okay, put an application at the Bronx Zoo for me.
Okay, like a zookeeper?
Yeah, zookeeper position.
Bruh.
That's when the racist side start coming out. Shut the builder, make everyone feel brave. So technically, Byron wouldn't be a zookeeper because Shut the builder chimping out. Shut the builder chimping out.
He's not gonna be lucky like Luigi Mangione, who just got the backpack tossed out. All of these things are going to be active in your case. Nothing.
So
and again,
so for Chud, you believe that his use of force wasn't proportionate to what happened to him.
Yes.
So I said, because you believe one punch doesn't constitute as justification for deadly force.
Yes.
Fair. Then I asked you, well, what if it was a 5'1" woman and this dude punched her?
It'd be a better case.
Just fine shooting him?
Be a better case.
Right? It'd be a better case, right? Perfect. So what you just did there, I don't think what you just did there was you basically made it, for their girl, the force is reasonable, right? But for Chud, I don't think so. And this is why.
All right. See, this is what I say. If you're black, you are not a real Muslim. Let's show you something. He's black, he's Muslim. Yeah. Just look at this. Yeah. This was 8 years ago. You're not going to see much light because they will never speak on this.
Within the Muslim community and feel excluded from mosques and Muslim organizations. What can we do to turn the tide on anti-Black racism within the Muslim community? Joining me to discuss this is Dr. Abdullah Hakim Quick. Dr. Quick is a senior lecturer at the Islamic Institute of Toronto, head of the History Department of Al-Maghrib Institute, and outreach coordinator for the Canadian Council of Imams. He holds a PhD in West African Islamic history from the University of Toronto. Welcome to the show, Dr. Abdullah. So your journey to Islam started as a young Black person in the 60s. You know, did it appeal to you from the perspective of racial justice?
Well, in the beginning, as an African American in the turbulent 60s, you know, people were searching for identity. They were searching for roots. And when you go into West African history, you'll see a number of great West African Muslim leaders, and you see Muslim empires. So that really is one of the you know, concepts, or one of the destinations, you know, for the mind of you know, searching.
See, you're not gonna find it on this, but yeah, he's talk about what is going on with that.
Why self-defense is so important. It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what you think. It really doesn't matter what anyone thinks. The only thing that matters is the person that used the force and what was going on at their mind at the time of the act when they pulled the trigger or decided to use deadly force. And it's very important to know also, and I went into detail with this with a self-defense lawyer, one of the best lawyers in the country, and he also agrees with me on this. When it comes to self-defense and using deadly force, within milliseconds, that decided, right? This is what protects people from getting wrongly prosecuted when they have had a reasonable inclination to believe their life was in danger. For example, let's say you get into a road rage incident, right? You get out the car, the other dude gets out the car. He says, fuck you, act, blah, 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 all this other shit. And then you see him go like this, right? And you see something silver. You pull out your piece and you shoot him, dead, right?
Most likely going to be
that. Right? And then, but you find out, oh, it was a pocket knife, right? Or it was a cell phone. Well, now, would a reasonable person have reason to believe that after a car crash, right, a fender bender, and they're out on the street fighting each other, and the guy comes out aggressively and says some things about you, and then he reaches like this, you see the light shine on it, and you're like, no way, I'm not taking a chance, you shoot him. You could argue that you were acting reasonably given the facts that were given to you. Why do I say?
Correct. You see, now it's going out of the thing. Truck the builder was the only one that was and what he don't want to talk about, the elephant in the room, is it's outside the courthouse. If Chuck the builder went to court, he said he went to court. How did he get his firearm? How did he get his firearm? You're not allowed a firearm in the court. He was outside the court. So that means he went whoever to his car, got his weapon, and came back outside the court because he can't go in with a weapon. Like I say, I'm slow, but I ain't that slow. I ain't that slow.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
I'm slow, but I ain't that slow. So it means you, even if you went to court, yeah, you can't bring in any single weapon. You gotta empty out your pocket. If you have a weapon, like I said, America, guns, you can have guns. But I don't know if they hold the gun at the front desk for you or what they do with it.
I say all this to say we don't know what was going on when Chud was assaulted, and for us to dismiss it and say, oh, he got punched one time in the face, that doesn't constitute as deadly force. We can't say that. Let's say he got hit in the back of the head. Let's say he got hit in an area where it knocked the wind out of him and he wouldn't be able to defend himself. Let's say he got a hold of his mace. I know this dude carries mace around with him, right? So we don't know all the different provoking factors that led to Chud pulling the trigger. But when it comes to self-defense, it's never based on what the 2020 hindsight is, like me and you were doing. It's based on what was known to Chud at the time he pulled the trigger. That's the only thing that matters.
And what you're doing right now is an amazing defense attorney stance, and like if I'm his attorney, I'm hiring you, a former law enforcement agent, as an expert witness in a jiffy. But there's a few things to consider, right? First and foremost, the reason why he's doing all these.
Okay. So I just checked it out. No, you cannot bring a firearm, to a courthouse to check in. No, you cannot bring a firearm to a courthouse to check in. Like I said, I'm from the UK. I don't know your rules. Yeah, you can't bring a firearm to a courthouse to check in. It's a dangerous weapon. So it's outside, but yeah, you can't. So how was Chuck the Builder armed and he's going to court? Like I said, his story makes no sense. How is he armed and going to court? What? Because he's white, he's got some new rules. Does the rule change for him or something? Did we not know about this rule? Huh? Did the rule change for him because he's white? Oh, we don't know something. Because if you're going to court, he just got out of court. How did you have a weapon on you, sir? Oh, so the weapon was in my car. Okay. So that means you went to your car and came back to the court to antagonize people because you think this is the perfect place where you're gonna see more black people coming out of court. There's no way on earth Trump the Builder. Like I said, if they ever release Trump the Builder free and they beat this case, you having a civil war. Because you're gonna have Trump the Builders coming out, and then the Trump the Builders coming out, and then if you punch someone, you give them the right to shoot them. It's gonna be civil war. Civil war. Why? You're gonna have racists coming out. And you're gonna have someone else. Well, we're gonna be racist. Okay, cool. And then you got another person that's got the arm to carry. That it's gonna be stupid. So yeah.
These things is gonna end up hurting him, right? The fact that there's actually audio recorded at the moment where he's even explaining it, and it's now to the world, where he literally explains how it happened. He says, well, I went up to the guy. The guy says, hey, whatever, he doesn't want to kind of engage. He says, yo, you better not say that chimping thing. I got PTSD. He explains that. None of his explanation said I was in fear for my life. Now, granted,
Facts. And you see the thing is, you know when someone's in fear for your life, you be you're still breathing, you're still hyperactive. Even he got shot. Yeah. You know the feeling like you still got the adrenaline of whatever. You seem very calm. Yeah. You should have just leave me alone. I don't want to do this. Yes, you did. You said it how much times?
Granted, you know, that's not the only time he's gonna have.
He said he had to defend himself.
Oh,
but it's also here's
that's a huge range.
You gotta remember.
That's a huge range, right? Like he hasn't established where he feels in like he's in fear of his life. He says the guy punches him. He never says, "Hey,
you don't have to fear for your life, Ak. It could be. It's not just that. It's not just like you feel like you're gonna die. It could be serious bodily injury too.
Okay.
Serious bodily injury can also constitute for deadly force, right? Let's say you're a diabetic, right? And you know that your sugar's low. This
story means nothing. This story means nothing. You talk about Chuck the Builder. It's just like what's the name? I want to say Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate. Yeah, Chud the Builder is bigger than Andrew Tate. Is that Andrew Tate going around doing all of this? He talk about fighting. He'd get his ass kicked. He'd pull the gun and shoot the person. And then, I was scared for my life. You talk about all this fighting stuff. Even though we never hear Chuck talk about fighting, but Chuck has never been attacked by a black person that we've seen.
Dude comes up to you and hits you, right? You already start seeing stars. Well, now.
So he can't say, yo, I'm scared for my life because I've been attacked. He ain't. Because let's see if I find a bill. See if I can find a video of that. No, you can't. Let me see if I can find a video. See what videos we find of him actually getting attacked. Like now, that was the this is the video of the woman that came out and said Shut the Builder was doing some, what is it, Boston Richie stuff.
I don't really remember you, but you do look familiar.
So if we look at, you could tell he's been in the gym. He's been in the gym. You'd have thought he'd be in the gym doing some muscle and some punch bag. He ain't been doing that. Just been in the gym.
No, I'm Dalton. I've always been Dalton, but I hate Chud.
Hey, you're not my Dalton. You used to come to my house. I fed you.
Yeah, you were cool as shit. I don't remember you that much, but I do remember I know you.
What? You're cool as shit, yeah? But I don't remember you that much, but I remember that I know you. What? So he's cool as shit, but you didn't remember that much, but you remember that I know you.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
See, we got roots. Hey, you scared me a little bit when you came up like that.
You helped me when you were following Liver King. But before you were following Liver King, you used to sell me weed. I fed you before.
It's been a long time.
Okay.
But I healed your stomach by teaching you how to eat real food.
Yes, yes. So that's
What was your
why
name again?
I'm Lana. But that's
Lana.
why I'm confused what happened to you. Because you're not racist. I know that. I fed you.
But so you believe in freedom of speech.
I do.
So I should be allowed to say nigger too, right?
Right, but you
Then
also
that's the
have to
only point.
understand.
Yeah, like to say, but if you get attacked, it's freedom of speech. There's a consequence. There's a consequence.
That's it.
People don't have emotional
Oh.
intelligence.
So we ain't seen, like I said, videos of him get attacked.
They got the Nick beaters.
Yeah.
The bongos.
So the Nick beaters, yeah, not being attacked. He came up to them. You don't have no video of Chuck the Builder being attacked. The only video that you have of him.
Eddie's gonna come do this, so he's just a retard.
Is it this one? The guy stole this hat?
Alright, and he shouldn't be threatening.
Yeah, where the guy stole this hat. Yeah, that's the only one where the guy stole this hat and he literally got spit on. So you can't say, oh, I've been attacked all the time, I'm scared for my life, so I got a bear mace and a gun to protect myself. You can't say that. You've never been attacked. Literally, just go for your videos, you've never been attacked. So I can't come self-defense, I'm scared for my life bullshit. You look like the person that's starting the altercation. You can't start the altercation and say, oh, self-defense. No, it doesn't work like that.
If you pull out a gun and shoot him, right? Because according to what you're saying, you're like, oh, a punch doesn't constitute as justification for deadly force.
See, the thing is, yeah, if a punch ever constitute as a deadly force, America is done. America is done. You got the arm to carry. in America. If a punch ever in any country that have a gun law, even in Jamaica, they got licensing gun. Even in Jamaica, it doesn't work like that. For you to actually say self-defense, there's more than one person you rush like Jay Thor, was it All-Star Jail. He could use self-defense, but the only reason why his self-defense case is a bit weird, he never stayed on the scene. He never stayed on the scene. So with that, oh, I was scared for my life. Because remember, he was the victim in that situation. But everyone that did the attack is out. He's in jail. Why? He fell in with a gun. Cool, but it wasn't his gun. He left the gun on the scene. The only reason why he's in jail, he never spoke to the police. He never had his lawyer speak to the police about this incident. That's the only reason why he's in jail. And you're gonna ask him what really happened. And if he's not going to tell them, he's going to go down for it. You know what people say, oh, JR, if JR don't tell them what happened, and you see the thing is, in this situation, you are not snitching. Everything is on camera. I was out eating with my girlfriend. They came, they tried to rob me. I got the gun. I was scared for my life. That's all he has to. That is not snitching. And you see the thing when people say snitching, yeah? Snitching is something that is unknown, because if the whole world knows it, it's not snitching. The whole fucking world knows it. It's not snitching. Snitching is when me and my guy did a crime. It's only us two that know, and they gave the evidence to put both of us on the scene and say, I did it. That ain't snitching. If the whole world knows and there's video footage and you're in the right, that is not snitching, because JR is in the right. But you will never, he's going to go jail for not saying what happened. Because I love watching the first 48. Love watching it. A few times I watch it, yeah. Drugs dealer. You know, drug dealer, cool. Try to rob the drug dealer, try to rob the plug, goes wrong. I've seen one when they try to rob the plug, goes wrong. Plug got 3-piece. 3-piece. Freedom down. He went to jail because he don't want to say what he's doing, because technically they don't care about him selling weed. Cool, they're gonna be onto you, but they don't care about you selling weed. They care about what really happened. They know what happened. They tried to rob you. You got the upper hand. He said no comment through everything. He went to jail. He went to jail. Murder, 3-piece. All he had to say is, they tried robbing me. It's self-defense. They pulled out a gun. I start shooting. They shoot it back. I hit 3 of them. They went down. That's all he had to say. But he's in jail for life. Triple homicide. All he had to say, they tried robbing me. No comments. No comments. Bitch, there's no one in the case with you. You're there by yourself. What the fuck you say no comment for? Who are you snitching on? You already know the party, because why? How they know the party? They're in the fucking hospital. They know the party. They try to rob me. They're in the hospital right now. You see what happens? It's on camera. We don't want to say everything is on camera, officer. I don't have to say nothing. You see it's on camera. What happened on camera, that's what happened. I was scared for my life. Okay, this guy's on the floor. I don't know. He might have a gun on him. I don't know, officer. Cool. So
my argument to that is it can, depending on who the individual is. We also don't know if he didn't follow up with a flurry of punches. Every punch that he throws gives Chud more and more justification. Maybe he heard, "Go kill that."
You see where you have Byron trying to make Chud's son, yeah? Like Chud is the 5'2" woman. He's not. He's not. He is a muscly guy. If you look at Chud, it's like we make an excuse for, because you wouldn't make excuse for Andrew Tate. Why? He's one of the manly person. If you want to act like he's manly person, you should be ready when the situation happen. I'm sorry. Manly person, you can't be a bitch. You can't. You can't. You can't just freedom of speech. And then like your freedom of speech, cool. Freedom of speech is for the government can't do whatever you're doing. But your freedom of speech, if you say something to someone, okay, freedom of speech. I got the freedom to do what I want, right? You say something I don't like. I've got the freedom. Like I say, everything is free. I've got the freedom to hit you. Whatever happened after that, cool. I'll get arrested for assault. Cool. But I've got the freedom to hit you. Like I say, you have the freedom to do what you want. Freedom to do what you want means I have the freedom to hit you. If you want to hit me back, yes, we can fight.
Guy, whatever. And I know you mentioned before, yo, this dude walks around provoking people, etc. So check this out. Here's another thing that's very important. Your state of mind when you use the deadly force also matters. So if you've been getting death threats, if people have been threatening to kill you.
Okay, and I repeat it. You see, you're doing antics. You know why I'm bringing that up with a woman and fighting with the pulling them things? Them people really get attacked. Really get attacked. They really get attacked. So anytime they get attacked, that in Byron Blake world, that Daddy Myers parallel universe, yeah, Daddy Myers parallel universe, they forget. It's the parallel universe. That's not the real world. Okay, in the real world, you're gonna get arrested.
If your address has been doxxed, if you've been going through situations where people are stalking you or whatever, all of that actually gives Chud more, right, reasonable.
Okay, show me that. Show me where all of these things, because you're putting yourself in Chud boots. We ain't seen none of that from Chud the Builder. Even now, I don't even think people know where Chud the Builder lives. We know he lives wherever he does his videos, but no one knows where Chud the Builder. We know where he put his head to sleep now. Yeah. But we don't know where he used to put his head to. We don't.
Well, belief that his life is in danger and that he can use deadly force. Now, I don't have to say I agree with that or I'm happy that that's what it is. I'm just being objective here and unbiased that when you have threats on your life, you get doxxed and you're like a polarizing figure like him, his use of force ladder is much easier to climb because he can reasonably articulate.
I wanted to show you where he's been doxxed or nothing like that. Because with this, I wanted to show me that. Because I don't believe that. Because, oh no, we can't find a video of Chud the Builder getting attacked.
That, look, I'm a controversial
You see him doing it.
guy. People come up to me. People say they want to kill me. People have these threats against me, blah, blah, blah. So that's why I did what I did. Also, interesting side bit. The dude that punched him had made a post on social media saying that he was going to harm him. So we don't.
Okay. So you see, this is what I say. The dude on social media made a post. He's going to harm him, right? But that isn't factor. When Chuck the Builder said, finally to the saga, a unalive chimp on the floor, and everyone's gonna go crazy. No, N-word on the floor, and everyone's gonna go chimp out when I walk free. So why don't we talk about that tweet? Why don't we talk about that tweet? Because now they talk about that tweet. Can you bring it up? Don't say things. Bring it up, please. Show me the tweet. That's what DJ Akademiks is told. Show me the tweet.
I don't know if Chud knew that. He might recognize the guy, or the guy might say, "I'm gonna kill you." I knew I was gonna run into you. I'm gonna kill you. Or any.
Show me. So you want to say things? Prove it. Because, like I said, anything I say, I prove. I bring up things. I don't say things for no reason. I prove it.
That stuff that's said can obviously be looked at as a threat on his life, which allows him to use deadly force. And keep in mind, you don't have to get hit, right?
Also, similarly, I'm going to leave a chimp's brain on the pavement. So,
self-defense.
So that will be used. I will say, though, everything we're saying, and we're kind of like trying to operate from like this hypothetical type of stance.
Yeah, because we don't know all the facts. We don't know all of them.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop your fucking lying.
Did he say he's seen the video? Did he say he's seen the video?
I will say, though, everything we're saying, and we're kind of like trying to operate from like this hypothetical type of stance.
Yeah, because we don't know all the facts. We don't know all of them.
We don't know all the facts. But he said, you've seen the videos, you hear people talking about the videos that was in his chat. So that means you should know more facts than academics. So that means your facts is just lies, it's just hearsay. Because it's not really hearsay. The court document said how the situation happened. The police actually viewed the video. No, well, he's not a police officer no more. I mean, doubt that if he was ever a federal agent. If he was a federal agent, yeah. We need a round of applause. Where's the round of applause? Where's the round of applause? We don't have a round of applause, so we're just gonna drop. Yeah. He's not a federal agent no more. He's not a federal agent no more. Okay. Okay. You know the craziest thing is I just seen a Bible scripture popped up. I ain't seen a Bible scripture popped up. Well, it's a Catholic. It's a Catholic. I ain't seen a Bible scripture popped up in a long time. So
it is kind of almost nerfed, though, by the fact that, yes, maybe if it was some random guy that didn't leave a long established history and trail of audio and video of him promising to do certain things or acting in certain situations. Keep in mind, there's also a video or some depiction of what happened, because according to the arrest warrant, they said that he was in a bladed stance with his weapon out before the guy ever punched him. So already you're cooked. Like, so the weapon is out. So if you then, so let's put it in perspective in how I'm going to do it. So you antagonize people with words. They now start to either, react back, maybe not even physically yet, and you have your gun out. This like bait car. It seems like
he didn't antagonize them. It's important, Ak, He didn't antagonize them on this situation. The only fact pattern that matters is this situation. All the stuff he did before.
So he never called this guy a chimp.
No, what he said, what they told me was, he said, you better not call me the N-word or say that I'm chimping out. And he goes,
well, why would
You're
he
gonna
draw
chimp
for
on
his gun then? So supposedly they're saying he's in a bladed stance with his weapon out. Why would he do that if the other party, remember you said that he walked away. It seems like he's de-escalating. He's not antagonizing. Why would he need to pull his weapon unless you're saying this guy literally was an unhinged guy trying to attack him?
Sure, I can answer that. It was probably pepper spray. So Chud walks around with bear mace all the time, and that's typically what he uses. So we don't know if he wasn't reaching for his bear mace.
Well, the CNN personnel who
I see in this, it wasn't reach for, he didn't reach for his mace. He didn't. He reached for his gun. And this is what I say. We're going into Dynamite's parallel universe again. Dynamite's parallel universe again. We're into the Marvel what if. What if Captain America never had a shield? What if Doctor Strange was a zombie? What if the UK had a Captain America? Like, we're in a what if universe.
read the arrest warrant, said he reached for his firearm and he stood in a bladed stance. And this was before the altercation.
It's not illegal. Let's go with that fact pattern.
And he was a federal agent.
Bruh.
I see why he got fired.
Bruh.
I see why he got fired.
Bruh.
I see why he got fired.
Even though what I've been told is he got hit first, then you heard the gunshots.
Okay.
Let's assume that he was.
Which I believe that too. I'm just saying there are some people, even after you gun out, they think you're not going to fire and they'll still hit you.
Okay, so perfect. Let's use that fact pattern. Let's dismiss mine. Let's.
All right, remember, everyone want to talk about this. The guy was in the army. Okay. He was in the army. He was in the army. What's his name? I'm sure the guy was in the army. That's why he says he's got PTSD. Well, he said that. Let me see. I think it was 1019. He had more information about it. You see what he started? You see what he started? Yeah? This was it just went to 1090J. Yeah, like I say, he's going to have copycats. Yeah? He copycat but smoked in the trade. Let me take off my thing and show you. Yeah, wait. Wait. Chuck the book. Can you hear me? Is the audio working? Okay. All right. Oh, the audio was working. The audio was working. The audio was working. The audio was working. Yeah. Chuck the builder got smoked on live in the trade, allegedly. I told you, copycat said it's not going to work out. If Chuck the builder, and this is why it's not helping Chuck the builder case. If they ever let him free, it's going to be a civil war. Yeah. You just say something. Just say go to jail. 1090 jail. I was gonna show you when he's talk about the guy was a vet, fight for American country.
Is more viral than ever, and everyone seems to be sitting in anticipation of what's going to happen next. And according to a man on Instagram, he might beat this entire case after the arrest report was just made public. But that isn't all we're going to cover in this video. Apparently, allegedly, there was a Chud the Builder copycat in Detroit, of all places, who attempted to do this.
Detroit.
Same thing by going up to people and saying racist things, and he got smoked. Quick pause, because this might actually help you out. If you've ever needed access to your money, some of his videos.
Chud the Builder had to shoot a man in self-defense after he was slammed to the ground.
The defense of Chud the Builder. Now, with almost 300,000 followers.
I've seen this guy. Yes. I've seen him on Twitter. And I'm thinking, yeah, this guy's racist. This guy's racist. Defend each other, but freedom, freedom, this. Okay. So he's the one that probably got smoked. Copycat. Trying to go viral.
Followers, Ian speaks his mind, and he comes with what he.
You doing all? Make sure you got the muscle. Make sure you can blood clot fight. Yeah. Words will never hurt you. What did you hear this thing? Sticks and stone. What is it? Sticks and stone, but break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Yeah. Sticks and stone, break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Sticks and stone and blood clot, papa shell. Blood clot hurt. Senegal, blood clot dead. We're not promoting violence, people. We are not promoting violence. Do that again. We are not promoting violence. Yeah, we're not promoting no hate speech. Yeah, we love everyone. Yeah, every life matter. And I repeat again, not just Black Lives Matter. Every life matter. Every single life. Infants to the old people matter. Every single life. For your breathing, you matter. Don't belittle yourself. You matter. You have a purpose. You may be going through hardship. Don't take it on yourself. Motivate yourself to make yourself better. Everyone matter. Everyone matter. Like in life, we have ups and downs. Your down is made to make yourself better for when you have your ups. Don't let your down bring you down. That's what a lot of people do. And then they go into depression. Me personally, I see YouTube is shadow ban me on all of these things. I don't care. Me, depression is just your feelings. For when you're in a down state, you still stay in that feelings. No, use those feelings to motivate, to make yourself better. That's the whole point of it. If you have a whole life perfect, you don't know what life is. Even the richest of people have highs and lows. Everyone, your life means something. Your life matter. Your life matter. Someone may be listening to this, may thinking, oh, no, your life matter. Your life has a purpose. There's someone out there that you could save by your life story. Always remember that. My life story that I'm living could save someone's life. My life story. So everyone, your life matter. Not just like it's black life. No, every life matter. Everyone has a story to tell. Like I said, even racist Chud the Builder has a story to tell. He's got other people that react to his story. That's his story. I don't know nothing about that. But even racist life, everyone life matter. I'm sorry to say, everyone life matter. That's my belief.
He believes are facts. And I'm going to show y'all some of his videos.
And everyone can change. Everyone can change.
Chud the Builder had to shoot a man in self-defense after he was slammed.
I've seen this one. This is the one I've seen. I'm thinking
to the ground, and this man tried to take his gun. His name is Joshua Fox.
Okay, you see, try to take his gun. Yeah.
To shoot a man in self-defense after he was slammed to the ground, and
this is Chuck the Builder on top of the guy. That is Chuck the Builder on top of the guy. What? The guy's on the floor. Chuck is right here. Chuck goes over there. The guy don't move from that spot.
This man tried to take his gun. His name is Joshua Fox. He's a 33-year-old black man. He'd previously been arrested for trying to kill his wife with a screwdriver. He was beating his wife. He called up random people with multiple different phone numbers and threatened them, and he tried to burn down a building full of people. Joshua Fox started this confrontation, calling Chud the Builder over, insulting him, aggravating his...
You see how he's lying again? You see how he lied? He started this conversation by calling Chuck the Builder over. Like,
why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop you fucking lying.
Chuck the Builder even said in his own words, they was laughing at me, pointing at me. I went over. I asked him, do you like my suit? Then he said something. Then I walked away.
Situation.
So your whole
Joshua Fox, he's a
story is a lie.
33-year-old black man. He'd previously been arrested. And
the whole story that he made up
what he believes
is a lie.
Are facts. And I'm going to show
I'm happy Jay said he believed the fact.
Show y'all some of his videos.
Chud the Builder had to shoot a man in self-defense after he was slammed to the ground, and this man tried to take his gun. His name is Joshua Fox. He's a 33-year-old black man. He'd previously been arrested for...
You know what? In a way, I'm so happy Chuck the Builder came out. Why, Crazy? Why you happy? Why you happy, Crazy? Why? What the blood clot you talk about, Crazy? Let me tell you, all the blood clot races where I hide under the woodwork, I come to the light. Every single racist that's been, you see them popping out now. And you see their true colors. Myron, Sneao, this guy right here. Even if he's alive, rest in peace to him. Rest in peace to him if he is unalive. Rest in peace to him.
Trying to kill his wife with a screwdriver. He was beating his wife. He called up random people with multiple different phone numbers and threatened them, and he tried to burn down a building full of people. Joshua Fox started this confrontation, calling Chud the Builder over,
Hear that? Lie again.
Insulting him, aggravating a situation. Chud the Builder de-escalates and actually walks away. This man follows him, then assaults him, slamming him to the ground, which is seen on
lie again.
Video. Joshua Fox lived. He is fine. American blacks believe that if someone says a mean word, then they can do whatever they want.
Now, with everything he just said right there, from what I read about Joshua Fox, was he held the screwdriver to his wife. He never stabbed her or attempted to stab her. And at one point, he attempted or threatened to burn the apartment complex with an aerosol can, which is like basically holding a fucking, I don't know, like.
All right. I'm not going to say he can. Yes, he can burn down a house with an aerosol can. You can. I'm not going to lie and say you can't. You can. You can. You're going to take you a little while because you got to think of where you're going to burn. You got to think of where you're going to burn. Like I said, we're not predicting nothing. It's education purpose only. Because if my room right now, it may look empty. I got a chair right here. So if I was doing that, it's either the carpet or the chair. Why? I will put the chair first. It's going to drip. It's going to start burning the carpet. Just education purpose only. We're not doing nothing, none of that, but just education purpose only. Yeah? Like I say, we're breaking everything down. We're not preaching no violence. I don't want no one to go and do that, but just education purpose only. Yeah? So you can light a house on fire with aerosol. Yes, you can. With a spray. Yes, you can.
Like a Febreze can or something with a lighter. Realistically, you're not going to burn down anything with that.
Listen. Yes, you can.
But that's what he was arrested for, right? So it wasn't that he brutally beat his wife and attempted to stab her. No, but he did catch a domestic case. I don't know if he was convicted of it or just arrested, but that's the reality of what it was. Now, obviously, if you have a guy like Ian, who's 100% on Chud's side, he's going to be biased to some degree. Like a lawyer, he's going to make the other guy sound terrible and make his client sound better. So we have to look at both sides of the situation from an unbiased perspective. But Ian's about to come with some fucking facts, and a lot of people aren't going to like it. And to be real, you can't get mad at facts. You can't feel disrespected by the truth, because what he's about to show you is actually what happened.
They can even murder them.
I'm gonna kill this bud. Him is girl.
In 2021, a Dunkin' Donuts employee, Corey Pujols, murdered an...
This happened in Tampa. I'm going to pause it because it quickly switches. But Corey, who was working at Dunkin' Donuts, he was called a slur by an old white guy. He punched him, and when the guy fell and hit his head, he died.
An elderly man for...
Okay. Situation like those, yeah? Situation like those, yeah? Yes, you should have punched an elder. The best thing for him to do if you want to attack an elder, a little slap. Why? Why you say that crazy? Because they're more vulnerable. It's attacking an elder is just like attacking a children. Why? They're at a certain age they become vulnerable. Certain age they become vulnerable. And I say, why is they vulnerable? When you start going up the ladder, you de-age. You do age. See, as a kid, you age up. When you reach to a certain time, you de-age. Your bones don't work as well. You don't have the same balance as you used to. This is why most of them fall getting out of bed in their room. Like, I work in a hot night, let me see, like Targets, yeah? I interact with a lot of old people. Black eye, all of this. What happened? Oh, I fell, I hit my eye, I fell. Why? They're not, they de-age. When you get older, you de-age. So, in the UK, I had a mate, and I can't forget it. Yeah, I had a mate. This is when someone from Tottenham died. We had the rights. Same thing happened to my mate's cousin. Why? They had the rights. Someone tried to stop it. You punched him. You hit the pavement the wrong way. You got unalived. Manslaughter. And that's what this person is going to get. Manslaughter. It's not really, it is murder, but it doesn't take as first-degree murder or second-degree murder. It's a heat of a moment, and a moment leads to this person's death. So it's
saying
not justified, but you gotta do time for it.
Racial slur, and many people argued that it was justified. You don't even have to say the N-word. You could say something that almost sounds like the N-word, and they'll try to assault you. I don't care.
This guy, I think this was in Italy. I forget the exact country, but this is an American right here on the left. And he mistakes what this man said for the N-word. If you go and watch the stream, he definitely didn't say the N-word. So he basically demands he apologize or he's going to slap him. And this dude doesn't even know what the guy's talking about.
No, you do speak. You said my. I heard you say. No, I mean, you got 5 seconds to apologize. No.
Like, yes, I do agree. Shit like this happened. Shit like this happened. You see what they're doing. Shit like this happened. Yeah, you're doing different occasion of stuff. You see with this, yeah, I explained both of them. Yeah, like if an old man is being racist, do not attack them, please. Don't attack them. If you have a belt, take your belt off and beat them. Give him a lowly tap. Do not attack them. Like I said, when you get older, you start de-aging. When you start hitting the 50s, 60s, you're de-aging. 50, I don't know about 50, but you start de-aging. Yeah? So don't hit them. In this situation, 2 different culture and 2 different language. 2 different culture and 2 different language. Why you say that crazy? UK and America both speak fucking English. If a UK person here and American person's here, they can't understand each other. And it's English. How the fuck do you feel when a whole nother language is involved with a whole nother culture? You may think they're being racist, but it's not. So, and this is what it means. Ignorant of the whole world. Probably that's his first time going there. Ignorant of the whole world. He don't know the language. If you know the language, you know you wouldn't be disrespectful. This is where you have the language barrier and the culture barrier. That's the 2 barriers, language and culture. That's the 2 biggest barriers to everyone. Language, culture. Language, culture. Why you say language, culture, crazy? In every language, there's a culture. Every language. There's a different culture from the UK speaking that speak English to American speaking English. Different. A whole different. Just like there's a different with the Caribbeans. I'm from Jamaica. There's different with the Caribbeans or the way they talk. We all speak. Some speak broken on French. Some of us speak broken on Spanish. We as Jamaica, we speak broken on English. But we're all Caribbean countries. Oh, language. Language and culture separate us. Trinidad, their culture is soca. And they have broken on English, but to me, I think they broken on English is a lot worse than than Jamaica. Jamaica, we have more than soca. Like Trinidad, you have the roti and all of these other foods. Don't forget all of that. Roti, doubles, we don't have that in Jamaica. We don't have that. We have festival, fried fish, and all of these stuff. We have that. The different culture. We're all in the Caribbean, where we're not one. Every country is a whole different culture. It may be the same language, but it's not the same people. And I repeat again, you may speak the same language, you are not the same people. The only thing that most keep the people the same sometimes is religion. And let's speak about that for a second. We're going to break that everything that keep it in line. Religion is only the true religion that keep everything in line. Okay, Jewish was the birth of everything. I'm a Christian. the Jewish religion, all the prophet, that's all our prophet. That's the best of everything. They had 2 temples. They've been separated. You see, like the Bible is the prediction and it's a history book. It's a history book. It's a prediction of what's going to happen in the world, and it's a history book. Why it's a history book? It's the history book for what the Jewish people went through. Why? They talk about their goods and their bad. Their good and their bad. So it's a history of what they went through. And in how much years they still have their structure. They may get covered by what was it? Religion? No, it was language and what was it again? Language and culture. So the culture start taking over the religion. When you start getting down to it, you start mixing culture with a religion. No, bad. Culture with a religion. So at a certain time, they start mixing culture with religion. Then Christianity came. Like I said, anything that following the truth, even the Christianity. Oh, the Bible's been changed. The Bible's never been changed. If we think the Bible's been changed, we have the same books that the Jewish people have. So if you think our books are different, the only people, if we don't believe us, ask the Jewish. So Genesis, they have Genesis in there. Read Genesis and let them transfer and see if it lines up. It says the same thing. So the 2 big things, culture and language, that's what separates the whole world. Culture and language. It's not say racism. It's ignorant people that don't know stuff. Because for how much years American thought there was no black people in the UK. The ignorance. So it's not really say it's just culture and language. Because like I said, repeat again, English people speak English. English and American English is 2 different English. 2 different English. Certainly what we call stuff, like America. Oh, I'm gonna go for a fag. That word is forbidden. But in the UK, that means a cigarette. That means a cigarette. So even if you say that in America, what are you talking about? Are you batting on the other team? But it's culture and language different. Culture and language different. Because in the UK, that means, I want to go outside for a cigarette. Instead of saying cigarette, bag, nicotine. So it's just culture and language different.
Open hand. In fact, there are many black people who commit murder and get off on a technicality because their IQ is too low, or they actually murdered this person. They're convicted for it, like the 2 murderers of Ethan Liming, who got sentenced to 6 months, and the murderers of Valerie Schwab, who got 5 years probation. Emily Chapa.
All right. The thing is, we could play tic-tac for years. We could play tic-for-tac for years. And we could go even deeper into the tic-for-tac. Deeper. All right. Yes, these shit happen. And as a community, we just talk about these stuff. But it does happen. But in your community, it happens as well. In your community, that you don't want to talk about I just thought something, and it's a thing. And then we put this disclaimer right here. Okay, disclaimer. I think both communities, yeah, and I think both communities are fighting to see how much of their own they can unalive. And I repeat again, both communities, black and white. When I mean, let's talk about the black people. We have gang wars. Yes, we do have gang wars. We also have black unalive black. It happens in every religion. White, black, whatever you want to do. Yes, unalive each other. We do have that. Yeah? But what you don't have is a black mass shooter. And most of the time, these mass shooters are alive in their own kind. We didn't forget about that. You also have gangs of your own. You want to act it up as not. The whole angels, biker gangs, they're gangs of their own. They were doing a lot. Yeah? You also have gangs of your own. So don't act like it's just one community that have the same thing. Both community have the same problem, but the problems are different. Both community have the same problem, but the problems is different. Problem is different. It is different. The one community have problem. Oh, I could get rid of my parents because the insurance money is good. In the next reason, oh, I could backdoor my homie. I could get his stuff. It's the same problem. You're both doing the backdoor for money. No matter what door you want to take it down, it's the same problem. It's the same problem. We all have the same problem going through our community, but because our culture is different, it's just the same problem, but in different ways. Same problem, different ways. Because what these people want to act like, what, there's no white people in jail? Oh, there is, but it's a small margin. Isn't it? You sure?
Akademiks, Stack Swopo, and others basically called for him to be murdered.
I want to continue. You want something violent to happen. Somebody don't knock his fucking head off.
All right, see how you clip that into making it sound like more violence?
Stack Swopo is a troll, bro. That man says the craziest things. So you can't really take his word for it. As far as Akademiks, I don't really agree with him saying that because you're calling for violence. And like I explained in a previous video, I'm not gonna call for. I really agree with things. So you can't.
And others basically called for him to be murdered.
I want to continue. You want.
All right. You see, the thing is, yeah, I'll be listening to this whole thing. This is what I say. You can edit stuff and hit your side. So if DJ Akademiks wanted to continue, you want Chud the Builder to continue. Where did DJ Akademiks go wrong and say it should be violent and Chud the Builder? Where? Like, I know I'm slow, but I ain't that slow. Where? Where did that happen? The same person that's doing this video both want Chud the Builder to continue. You said it, DJ Akademiks said it. So, where is he preaching violence, please?
Something violent to happen.
Somebody don't knock his fucking head off.
Stax Wapo is a troll, bro. That man says the craziest things. So you can't really take his word for it. As far as Akademiks, I don't really agree with him saying that because...
All right, DJ Akademiks didn't say that. He just said there's consequence to what he said. Like, when the person that did this is going to be celebrated. The people are going to do a GoFundMe and he's going to make money. Yes, he is. Why? He is viral. He's going to do interview. Queso's dad, he snitched on his son. He's doing interview, right? Viral. The first time we see the dad snitch on his son, viral. He's going to do interviews. So stop it. So when, oh, DJ, we did, no, we didn't. He was telling the truth. We're in an error. Yes, to go viral, they're going to ask you for interviews. Yes, you're the first person that punched up the builder. How did that feel? Oh, he's taking it. Yeah, that's the sort of question people are going to be asking.
You're calling for violence. And like I explained in a previous video, I'm not going to call for someone to do something I'm not willing to do myself. If you're not willing to be that crash dummy, don't call for it. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, what you speak into existence can always come back to you. You don't want to be held responsible for something like that. It's similar to the...
You know, same time I hate the internet. I'm sorry, same time I hate the internet. Because everyone would have thou and holy. Thou and holy. You see me. How you see me is I am behind the scene. I smoke, I drink. Yes. Yes, I am not thou and holy. But if I know something, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I want to be holy, yes I do. But I hate when people to be thou and holy. Words do affect you. If you had a trauma and there's a word that linked through that trauma, it's going to affect you. Just like when Myron makes, oh, the word should affect you. Kufa affects him. Why Kufa affects him? He's in that religion, they know how it sounds. What was it, Kufa, and what was it? Aram. You're doing Aram. What does that mean? Yeah? It's the same thing. You are acting like the Christians and the Jews. You're doing Aram. That's Aram, bro. That's Aram. You shouldn't be doing it. You're acting like the Christians and the Jews. Yeah? Aram. There's a lot of stuff that's Aram. They should not act like the Christians and the Jews. You can't have music. Aram. Yeah? There's no fun. Aram. Anything that the Christians and Jews do, they shouldn't be doing.
Situations where I believe there was a girl on the phone with her boyfriend and she told him to, you know, whatever, and he did. And then she got held responsible for that. You don't want to call for violence, especially in a situation you don't want anything to do with yourself. It's just a bad look all around.
How the fuck he's still alive?
Just so we're clear, people posted this man's address every single day. They stalked him. They were planning on murdering him. People were posting about how he should be murdered to a large audience. People murdered his dog.
Someone killed my dog.
They were
all right, you know the craziest thing? You see they talk about post his address every single day. I've never seen that when they post his address. Even if you type in Shut the Builder on any platform, you don't see his address. People might do it, but you don't see it, so it's not viral. So when no one sees it. Do you think if someone knows where it is, they would have been there already?
Threatening his entire family, and then he got arrested because somebody kicked him out of a restaurant, and then he was interrogated until 3 a.m. by federal.
They're lying. Someone kicked him out of a restaurant. Okay.
agent.
These people took all my phones. Oh, the FBI is interested in talking to you. We're waiting on him. I said, listen, I don't give a fuck. I have nothing to hide. It's 2 a.m. in the fucking morning. I'm tired of shit. I know you guys do this shit on purpose.
The federal agents took his electronics and froze his bank account and wiped his Apple ID.
I wake up the next day. I try to go to the Apple store, buy new phones because I don't even want the old ones back. Put a pager bomb in them. I don't even want them back. So I go to buy new phones at the store. Bank card won't work. Go to the ATM, won't work. I'm calling the bank, customer service on the phone with them. Hey, can you unlock our card? Doesn't work.
The Montgomery County sheriff that charged him and condemned him so harshly stopped posting inmate mugshots because his fat daughter was found guilty of aggravated abuse, abusing multiple children at a toddler daycare that they managed. This is what you're looking at. Sanctimonious bullshit from law enforcement, violent psychopaths who murder dogs and threaten your family.
She needs to go to jail. She needs to go to jail, like Crazy said before. Every life matter. She needs to go to jail.
And you deal with criminal thugs who want to burn down buildings of people, assault their own family members, and murder random strangers. And you wonder, do they have
Really? You see how these people put wait, what's going on? Wait, what's going on? Okay.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop you fucking lying.
So, if you wanted to murder innocent, you had a weapon. If you say you murdered innocent, you would have thought he had a weapon and shot the bit that was fired for his life. Huh? Huh?
Say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
have the moral authority to try to condemn somebody like this?
The ramifications of that, even if I'm exonerated in trial for something like that, the world would never be the same, and my world would never be the same. In not a good way, not a way that I'm looking forward to. I do not want nothing like that to happen. I don't want any of that to happen.
Chud the Builder had to shoot him.
I'll say this. Chud brought all of this onto himself.
Mm-hmm.
At any point in time, he could have attempted to correct the situation by apologizing or just stopping what he was doing entirely.
You ever notice, yeah? Gypsy, that fight, super hot fire, he's inside. It's the white Gypsy's still around. He's inside.
So it's like,
if Gypsy was ever outside, it would have been game over. Why? Because you'd be the same thing that Chud the Builder is doing. Gypsy has sense. Even if I do something to this person, it's not going to hit on the self-defense. I'm going to antagonize this person.
If you take gas and pour it onto a fire, eventually you're going to get burned. Because what you are doing has the potential to harm.
No, to get that saying. I hate that saying. Yeah, if you throw gas on the fire, you're going to get burned. You light in a car. If you throw the gasoline in the car, yeah, and you light the car, you're going to get burned with the car. Why? You smell of gasoline. When you light that, and you're going to be on fire. If you watch people light in cars, they catch a fire as well. Let's put this disclaimer again. Wait, no, wrong one. Wrong one. I'm explaining a lot of violence. I'm just explaining education purpose only. We're explaining a lot of violence. Yeah? Yes, you throw gasoline on a fire, cool. But the best thing, throw gasoline in a small room with a fire. Throw gasoline in a small room and light it and see if you don't catch a fire. And that's what they're doing. There's a little fire there, cool. But you just throw gasoline and just
harm you, and you're continuing to do it in the name of free speech. I should be able to piss off this entire group in the name of free speech. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, right? There's low IQ amongst every race. If you go into a trailer park and start calling white people names that they don't like, you're going to get met with the same type of aggression as going into a black neighborhood and calling them things you shouldn't be calling them. Boston, particularly, is one of the few places where there are still white ghettos and white people inside of the projects, where shamrocks were spray painted on the project walls. I'm pretty sure they done knocked down old columns.
Okay, you see what people, certain white people don't like to think. Oh, you got white people, you got white girls. Maybe white, but it's still ghetto. You have white people in the ghetto. And this is why, yeah. I think this is what I always say: the poorest people have the best life. The poorest people have the best life. And that's why crazy. Why the poorest people have the best life? The poorest people know the community builds everything. Just I is a community of people. Poor people do, like you see, if you have a poor community, it's trading. One community have this stuff, the next community have that stuff. It's just like that. Every community come together. Every community come together. That's why it is in a ghetto. Every community come together and build a one community. Yes, you are gonna have violence. You're gonna have this and that in the ghetto, but no one else to come into the community. We like if you live someone that's living the same life as you. What? He's one of us. What are you talking about? Nah, that's mine. That's my nigga. We're through life together. No matter what color he is. And certain time, people need to stop. Oh, I can't say the N word. Yes, if you've been through the same struggle as us, the same fucking struggle, like me, yeah, and when I lived in London, I've been stopped for being black. I've been stopped for being black. So I even said to the police officer, yo, if I was a white drugs dealer, I'd be making a fucking so much money because would never look at me. And when you get with a community with mostly black, yes, they're going to look at you. Yes, they're going to look at you. Is this stereotype? Yes, it is stereotype. But certain time is also true. Because certain times stereotyping could be the truth. Certain time is stereotyping. Just because he's black doesn't mean he do that. Or just because he's white doesn't mean he do that. Because he's Indian doesn't mean he do that. Just because he's whatever doesn't mean he do that. See, black, white used to start going into country down. That's how I always hate. Black, white, going into Indian, going into Arab. Arab is not a color, it's like a culture. It's a language. You can start saying I'm slow, but that's the only stuff I don't understand. Oh, I'm Middle Eastern. Okay, so what color are you? Middle Eastern. I'm Arab. That's not color. Like I said, in school, I had an Indian guy, Patel. Like Patels, you got fake Patel. Like when going to school, I find out you have fake Patels and you have real Patels. Patels that name are warring with each other. You have fake ones and you have real ones. Thinking that, what the fuck? What the fuck? Fake Patel, real Patel? I never knew that.
Colony, but before they did that, there was shamrocks, Irish clovers painted on the walls because those project buildings were Irish. You weren't walking in there calling those white people derogatory white names. It wasn't going to go like that. You're going to get met with exactly what you're seeking, and you're going to get your ass kicked, realistically. That's how those places were.
The thing is, people think the world is full of roses. People think the world is full of roses. A lot of people don't know roses have vines on them. Roses have vines on them. If they don't cut the vines off the roses, you'll be bleeding. Yeah, it's pretty, but it's got vines on them. It's what a lot of people don't understand. It's got vines on them. Oh, roses. No, are they different color of roses? Different. Everyone, the world of roses. Bitches, roses is vines. Go pick up a roses off of a rose vine or whatever it is, and see if it don't hurt yourself.
And always were. You're not gonna walk into a biker bar and start calling them this, that, and the third and expect not to get your ass kicked.
Facts. Everywhere, every culture, there's a word that you will get your ass kicked. Everywhere. Just because of religion, there's a barrier. Everyone speak the same language. We would have a word for everyone. I would say, yo, so what about this word? When we say this, you get offended. This is a language barrier.
So it's like, yeah, free speech, go for it, but you know what's going to happen to you. So you can't take this situation and feel like, oh, Chud the Builder is a victim in this case. He brought on all of this shit to himself. Now, speaking from experience, now I just recently posted this video of this guy named Chud, and I think the video has almost 500,000 views on Instagram. We'll play.
But that's going to be it for your boy, people. We'll be back tomorrow because tomorrow's my last shift and I'll be on holiday. I'll be back tomorrow. Next month, it's my birthday. I think it's the same day as Easy Card. I don't think I'll be watching the Easy Cards. I will be having a barbecue for my birthday. But salute to everyone. The boys out.